talking to us about storytelling for your business. Kate, why is it important to tell a story? How did that start with?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. It's so important. I do a lot of speaking to grow my business. I help my clients to speak to grow their business. And so I go to a lot of events, right? And, not in a mean, judgmental way, but it's really hard when it's what you do to not watch the other speakers and not assess what's going on, right? And so what I see a lot of is either speakers going direct to content. So they go direct to teaching, let's say, a tactic, like maybe Facebook ads, but they haven't yet landed why this is important or who would want to do this. And what the story does is it sets you up to be someone people want to listen to, and it sets your topic up to be something people want to learn. And about 25% of the population are what we call why learners. And if you haven't established why something is important, and the best way to do that is through story, they're not listening and you've lost a quarter of the room, right? So it's storytelling lands why your audience should listen, and if done well, why they should listen to you.
And that's the missing component. A lot of people have a business. They don't know what their why is. They don't know what their whole goal of doing it, and then telling the story of how they became who they became. If everyone would look
Right.
at storytelling, right, that would be a different story. Like we sometimes have services that really don't fit us, doesn't fit really who our brand is, doesn't really fit who we are as human
Mhm.
beings. Like, okay, we do all these different things, but really, what's your why? And it's interesting because we think we can do it all. That's the mistake. So then say, hey, what do you do? Yeah, I'm a digital marketer. I do all the X, Y, and Z. Well, what's the purpose? What is your
Right.
purpose? What is your why? And then when you figure that out and you figure out that talent, it's very easy to do an elevator pitch and then to do a story and then tell the story of what you did. And that light
Exactly.
bulb comes on at different times. That's why I coach, right?
Right. And we're living in this time where people are more and more cynical because so many people have come online. People are claiming to be able to do things they can't. People have been burnt. So when you can do what you just articulated and do it well, you establish trust. It's the most powerful way to have someone go, oh, this one's legit, right? This one's real. And also emotionally feel connected to you and your heart and the real reason why you're doing what you're doing. And it just makes it so much more likely, not only that they'll buy from you, but that the right people will buy from you. Because let's face it, when you're self-employed, you spend a lot of time with your clients, right? So who you're attracting really is make or break in terms of either enjoying your work or it being a little bit of a nightmare.
And the type of stuff you do, right? And then look at, well, what is my talent? What is the thing? Like you look at your specific core talents of what you do, and that's taking like a Gallup organization test I took, and I know my top 5 talents. But then looking at, well, what is the skill set that separates you from your competition and what you're doing, and how are you going to present a value proposition that's better than anybody else's, and tell the
Skill
story
set.
of why.
Exactly. Skill set and stories, right? Like I talk about experience and expertise, and we need both of those two things. And a lot of people, and it's the ones that will go straight to teaching and content, they forget to, so they're brilliant at expertise, right? Great tick box. We get that you know your subject matter. But it's when you start sharing your experience, also known as stories, that people now connect to you. And it is when entrepreneurs trust their experiences to be fascinating to their target market that they become like sustainably profitable.
No, okay. Sustainably profitable. I like the word you just brought up, sustainably profitable. And so just tell my journey. And like I love to tell my journey in a lot of ways, is that I now going into Q4 after scaling my business, hiring a team, figured out I don't know if that's really what I want to do. And I also my skill sets, what I was offering, because I listened to all the experts. You go and do the things, and you make this is the thing that people don't understand of entrepreneurship. Yes, I'm a successful entrepreneur. Do I want to be better? Yes, but do I want to
Mm.
enjoy my life?
Right.
Absolutely. So you have to
Yeah.
kind of figure all that stuff out. And it could be a 20-year journey. It could be a 5-year journey. It could be a 2-year journey. If I would say if anybody's going to invest and start, they got to find the right coach first who is going to be able to be that coach for a long time for you. Somebody that understands much more successful and can guide you through those specific things. Because we can listen to all these experts and they have this one sweet spot, this one thing. No, you need someone that's going to core understand who your business is. And that's the key thing that people
Ag-
make a mistake about. And I make all the mistakes myself, right? And I understand it, but it's not like I failed because most businesses fail. I'm profitable, I'm doing really well, but in that scaling factor, I forgot who I was. Isn't that
So
interesting?
many business coaches where it's fascinating because what they'll do is they'll direct you immediately to the who that is your ideal client, and they're forgetting the who that is you. And that's where we have to start. We have to start with who are you as a human, right? Even before you as a business owner. Who are you? What are your life experiences? One of the ways I work with my clients, I call it story gold, right? We're digging for your story gold because it's when we can find the story, your story, that meets your ideal clients in their story. That's when we've hit story gold because that's when they feel seen, heard, understood by you. They know they can share things with you, that you're not going to judge them. And they know that you have found a way through and beyond where they currently are. And so you become a beacon to them of what's possible.
All right, I love it. Okay, so let's dive deeper into this and the storytelling. What do you do as a business, really quickly, in like a one talking point about story for your business?
About story is I help my clients find the story that meets their ideal clients in their story so they can connect, so they can be trusted, so that they can help their clients recognize them as the one to work with and take them forward.
And you've done it. You've gone through. So you talk about expertise. You talk so you're a subject matter expert, but you also have to be an authority. You have to be one of
Hmm.
those leaders. So an expert, anyone could be a subject expert, but what have they done themselves? What do they put to make them above the rest of the other competition? And then speak to those ideal people that you want to work
Exactly.
with.
Right.
And that is why speaking is important because you can get in front of the ideal client and they're exactly
Yes.
wanting to buy and ready to buy. And that's why you need to hire someone like you.
Absolutely, yeah, because either you're going to get up on that stage and assume too much of your audience, and that's when people aren't with you, or people can these days go in the opposite direction because we've all heard the concept of storytelling and being authentic and being vulnerable, right? So now people are getting up on stages and telling really actually inappropriate stories. And what they haven't done is they haven't done enough self-reflection and introspection to have found the gold so that now they can be on the stage as an authority. Yeah, they're talking about themselves, but here's the distinction. They're doing it for the audience.
Right.
Whereas someone who just gets up on stage and talks about themselves, I mean, that's boring, right?
No,
It
that's
doesn't establish you
exactly
as a leader. It doesn't establish you as an authority. It doesn't establish you as trustworthy.
right.
You might have people resonate with you, which is always a dangerous word when someone's like, I really resonated with your story. Like, great. And what did you get from it? Right? What are you
Right.
going to do differently because of it? We're not just here to be mates.
All right. So I know you have an offer for our listeners and viewers. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So, what I've developed is the story starters, and it's 33 prompts to get you excited and inspired about storytelling, sharing your voice, bold, brilliant, out there, brave, and 6 essential storytelling teaching points so that you are telling the right stories to attract the right clients instead of accidentally repelling them.
All right, Kate, we appreciate you coming by. Where can people go to find that?
They can go to www.katewolf, so my name, Kate, WOLF, like the animal, .global/story starters.
Thanks again, Kate. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Neil. This